Welcome to my channel Book 2 Fluent. I am Thomas. Do you understand English but freeze when you try to speak? Like your mind goes blank at the worst moment. Today I will show you how to think and talk in English naturally without fear. Comment below if this happens to you. Chapter 1. The Silent Mind Problem. You are standing there, someone asks you a simple question in English. You understand every word. Your mind says, yes, I know this. But suddenly, something strange happens. Your mouth becomes quiet. Your brain becomes slow. The words disappear. You try to speak, but nothing comes out. And in that moment, you feel embarrassed. You feel small. You feel like maybe English is not for you. But listen carefully, this moment is not your failure. This moment is your beginning. Because this is the truth that most learners never hear. Understanding English and speaking English are two different skills. And your problem is not that you don't know English. Your problem is that your brain was never trained to speak it. Think about your journey. You spent so much time reading. You listened to videos. You watched movies. You learned grammar rules. You said, this is present tense, this is past tense. You filled your brain with information. And yes, that helped you understand English. But did you train your brain to create sentences on its own? Did you train your mouth to move naturally in English? Did you train your mind to think directly in English? Most likely no. And that is why when the moment comes to speak, your brain becomes silent. It is not empty. It is confused. It is searching. It is trying to translate. It is trying to be perfect. And because it is doing too many things at the same time, it stops working. Let me show you something powerful. Imagine your brain like a road. On one side, you have your native language. On the other side, you have English. Now, every time you want to speak English, your brain travels from your language to English. It takes time. It creates pressure. It makes you slow. And sometimes, the road becomes blocked. That is the silent moment you feel. But what if I tell you that fluent speakers do not use this road? They do not travel back and forth. They live inside English. They think in English. They feel in English. That is why they speak without stopping. Not because they are smarter, not because they are special, but because their brain is trained differently. And here is the most important thing you must understand today. Your silence is not weakness. Your silence is training missing. That's it. You are not behind. You are just untrained in one skill. And the moment you start training this skill, everything will change. Slowly your brain will stop freezing. Slowly your mouth will start moving. Slowly your confidence will grow. But this change does not come from more grammar. It does not come from memorizing more words. It comes from a simple shift. You must start using English actively, not just receiving it passively. Let me tell you a small story. There was a learner just like you. He watched English videos every day. He understood almost everything. He felt happy while watching. But when someone talked to him, he could not reply. One day he got tired of this feeling. He said, enough, I will try something different. He started speaking to himself. At first it felt strange. His sentences were broken. His voice was not confident, but he did not stop. Every day, just a few minutes, he spoke simple sentences. I am sitting, I am tired, this is my phone, very small, very simple. But something started to change. His brain began to relax. His words started to come faster. His fear started to disappear. After some time, when someone spoke to him in English, he replied, not perfectly, but naturally. And that was his breakthrough moment. Now ask yourself honestly, do you want to stay in silence or do you want to change this pattern? Because the truth is very simple. If you keep doing what you did before, you will keep getting the same result. Understanding without speaking. Confidence without voice. But if you start a new habit today, even a small one, your brain will begin to change. You will not see magic in one day, but you will feel progress. And that feeling will give you power. Here is something you can do right now. Look around you. Choose any object. Maybe your phone, maybe your chair, maybe your hand. And say one sentence in English. This is my phone. That's it. Simple. No grammar thinking, no translation, just one sentence. If it feels uncomfortable, that means you are doing the right thing. Growth always feels uncomfortable at the beginning. But this small step is the first step out of silence. I want you to understand this deeply. Fluency is not about knowing more. Fluency is about using what you already know. You already have many English words in your mind. They are waiting, they are ready, but they need practice. They need movement, they need action. And today you are starting that action. So the next time your mind goes silent, do not feel ashamed. Smile. Because now you know the truth. Your brain is not empty. Your brain is just learning a new way to work. And with every small sentence you speak, you are building a new path. A direct path. A fast path. A confident path. This is where your journey begins. Not with perfect English, not with big words, but with simple thinking, simple speaking, and one powerful decision. I will not stay silent anymore. Chapter 2. Stop translating, start feeling English. Let me ask you something very honestly. When you try to speak English, what happens inside your mind? First, a sentence comes in your own language. Then your brain quickly tries to change it into English. Then you check if it is correct. Then you worry if it sounds good. And by the time you are ready to speak, the moment is gone. The other person has already moved on, and you are left with one feeling: frustration. This is the hidden problem that most learners do not understand. You are not slow because your English is weak. You are slow because you are translating everything. Translation feels safe. It feels like you are doing something correct. But in reality, it is the biggest wall between you and fluency. It makes your brain do double work. First think in your language, then convert it, then check it. That is too much pressure for your mind. And when the pressure becomes too much, your brain shuts down. That is the silent moment you felt in the last chapter. Not because you don't know English, but because your brain is overloaded. Now imagine something different. Imagine you see a cup in front of you. What do you do? Do you say the word in your language first and then translate it? No. You just see it and you know. Cup, direct, fast, no effort. This is how fluent English works. You see something and your brain gives you the English word instantly. No middle step, no translation, just direct connection. And this is what we are going to build now. You must understand one powerful idea. Language is not just words. Language is feeling. When you hear the word hungry, you don't think about grammar. You feel something in your body. When you hear happy, you feel a light emotion. This feeling is the real meaning of the word. And fluent speakers connect English directly with feeling, not with another language. That is why they are fast. That is why they are natural. Right now, your brain is trained like this. Word in your language equals English word. But we want to change it. We want this. Real world equals English word. Feeling equals English sentence. This is a small change, but it will change everything in your speaking. Let me show you a simple way to start. Look around you again. Choose something simple, maybe a door. Now don't think in your language, just look at and say, door. Say it again. Door. Feel the object, see the shape, connect it with the word directly. Now make a simple sentence. This is a door. Do not translate, just speak. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels strange, this is exactly how your brain learns the new path. At the beginning, your mind will try to go back to translation. It will say, no, think in your language first. That is normal. Your brain is used to that habit. But every time you stop translating and speak directly, you are building a new habit, a stronger habit, a faster habit, and slowly that new habit will become natural. Let me tell you another small story. A learner once said, "I understand everything, but I cannot speak fast." He was always translating, always checking. One day, he made a rule: no translation. Even if he made mistakes, he would speak directly in English. His sentences were simple, sometimes wrong, but he kept going. After a few weeks, something amazing happened. His speed increased, his fear decreased, and most importantly, his mind became free. He was not thinking in two languages anymore. He was living in one. This is the freedom you are looking for. Not perfect grammar, not big vocabulary. Freedom. The freedom to express your thoughts without stopping. The freedom to speak without fear. And that freedom comes when you remove translation from your mind. Now I want you to try something powerful. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about your day. Morning, afternoon, evening. But do not use your language. Try to see it in English. I wake up. I drink water. I walk. Very simple, very basic, but direct. If your mind tries to translate, gently bring it back. Stay in English, even for a few seconds. That is enough to start. You might feel slow right now. You might feel like a child. But remember this: every fluent speaker once felt the same. They were slow, they were unsure, but they did not stop, and that is why they became fast. Here is the truth that will change your thinking. Speed comes from simplicity, not from complexity. When you try to make big sentences, your brain gets stuck. When you use small sentences, your brain moves freely. And when your brain moves freely, your speaking becomes natural. So from today, make a promise to yourself. I will not translate every sentence. I will try to think directly in English, even if it is slow, even if it is simple. Because this is not about looking perfect. This is about becoming fluent. And slowly, you will notice something beautiful. Your mind will stop fighting. Your words will come faster. Your confidence will grow. And one day, you will speak without thinking about it. That is the moment when English becomes a part of you. This is your next step. Not more studying, not more rules, just one change. Stop translating, start feeling English. Chapter 3. Think in small sentences. Every day. Now something very important begins to change in your journey. You are no longer only understanding English. You are starting to use it. But here is where many learners make a new mistake. They try to speak big, perfect, long sentences from the very beginning. They want to sound advanced. They want to impress. They want to be perfect. And because of this, their mind becomes heavy again. The same fear comes back. The same silence returns. So today, we break this pattern completely. Today, you learn a simple truth that can change everything. Small sentences are powerful. Small sentences are the beginning of fluency. Look at a child learning a language. The child does not start with complex grammar. The child says simple things. I am hungry. I want water. This is mine. Very small, very direct. But slowly, these small sentences become bigger. They grow naturally. That is the secret. Growth comes from simplicity, not complexity. And this is exactly what you will do now. You do not need big words. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need simple English that moves, simple English that flows, simple English that you can think without fear. Because when your sentences are small, your brain relaxes. When your brain relaxes, your words come faster. And when your words come faster, your confidence grows. Let's make this real. Right now, you are sitting somewhere. Maybe on a chair, maybe on a bed, maybe outside. Now, instead of thinking in your language, try this. Say, in your mind, I am sitting.
That's it.
Very simple. Now look around. This is my room. The light is on. I feel okay. Do you see what is happening? You are not translating. You are not struggling. You are simply thinking in English. This is the beginning of fluency. At first, your sentences will feel slow. Maybe you will pause. Maybe you will repeat. That is normal. Do not fight it. This is your brain learning a new habit. And every time you create a small sentence, you are building a stronger connection inside your mind. A direct connection between thought and English. Now imagine your whole day like this. You wake up. I wake up. You go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. You eat food. I am eating. You feel tired. I feel tired. These are not big sentences, but they are real sentences. They are your life. And when you connect English with your real life, learning becomes natural. It becomes part of you. Let me tell you something powerful. Most learners wait for the perfect time to practice. They say, I will speak when I know more words. I will speak when my grammar is better. But that time never comes. Because speaking is not the result of learning. Speaking is the process of learning. You become better by speaking, not before speaking. There was a learner who changed everything with this simple habit. Every day he decided to think in English for just a few minutes. Only small sentences, nothing big, nothing complex. At first, it felt slow. But after a few days, something started to happen. His mind became faster. His sentences became smoother. He was not thinking about rules anymore. He was just expressing simple ideas. And one day, he realized something amazing. He was thinking in English without trying. It became natural. This is what will happen to you if you stay consistent. Not perfect, just consistent. Even 5 minutes a day can change your brain. Because your brain learns through repetition. The more you think in small sentences, the more your brain accepts English as normal. Now let's remove one more fear from your mind. Mistakes. You might think, what if my sentence is wrong? But listen carefully. A wrong sentence is better than silence. A broken sentence is better than no sentence. Because every time you try, your brain learns. Every time you speak, your confidence grows. And slowly, your mistakes become fewer. Fluent speakers are not perfect. They just keep going. They do not stop for every small error. They focus on communication, not perfection. And that is exactly what you will do now. Here is a simple challenge for you. From today, choose 3 moments in your day. Morning, afternoon, and night. In each moment, think in English for just 1 minute. Only small sentences. I am walking. I feel hungry. I am tired. That's it. No pressure. No long sentences. Just simple thinking. And do this every day. At first, it will feel like effort, but slowly it will feel natural. Your brain will start to switch to English automatically. And when that happens, speaking becomes easy because speaking is just thinking out loud. This is the secret most people miss. Fluency does not start when you open your mouth. Fluency starts in your mind. And when your mind becomes comfortable with English, your voice follows naturally. So stop chasing big sentences. Stop waiting to be perfect. Start small. Start simple. Start today. Because these small sentences you are thinking right now are not small at all. They are the foundation of your future fluency. And one day, you will look back and realize, it all started with one simple thought. I am ready. Chapter 4. Talk to yourself without fear. Now we are going to break something that has been holding you back for a long time. Not grammar, not vocabulary, something deeper. Fear. The fear of speaking. The fear of sounding wrong. The fear of being judged. And because of this fear, you stay quiet. You understand English. You learn English, but you do not use it. And the more you stay silent, the stronger this fear becomes. So today we do something powerful. We remove the audience. We remove the pressure. And we start speaking in the safest place you have. Yourself. Talking to yourself in English might feel strange at first. Your mind might say, "Why am I doing this?" But listen carefully. This is not strange. This is training. This is how your brain learns to speak without fear. Because when you talk to yourself, no one is judging you. No one is correcting you. No one is watching you. It is just you and your voice. And this is where real confidence begins. Think about this. You already talk to yourself in your own language. When you are thinking, when you are planning, when you are remembering something, you are speaking inside your mind. That is self-talk. So all we are doing now is changing the language. From your language to English. That's it. The habit is already there. We are just giving it a new direction. Let's make it simple. Right now, say something about yourself. I am learning English. Say it again. I am learning English. Feel it. Hear your own voice. Now say, I feel a little nervous. That's okay. Be honest. This is your space. You can say anything. And this honesty makes your English real. Not perfect, but real. At the beginning, your voice may feel weak. Your sentences may feel broken. You may stop again and again. That is normal. This is your first step. Do not judge yourself. Do not stop. Because every sentence you say is building your confidence. Every word you speak is breaking your fear. Let me tell you something powerful. Fear grows in silence. The more you stay quiet, the more your fear becomes stronger. But when you start speaking, even alone, the fear starts to shrink. Slowly, gently, step by step. And one day, you will notice something. You are not afraid anymore. Not because you became perfect, but because you became used to speaking. There was a learner who was very shy. He understood English well, but he never spoke. He was afraid people would laugh. So he decided to try something different. Every night, he stood in front of a mirror, and he spoke to himself. At first, he could not even look at his own face. He felt uncomfortable, but he continued. I am here. I am trying. I will improve. Simple sentences, every day. Slowly, his voice became stronger. His eyes became confident. And after some time, when he spoke to others, he did not feel the same fear, because he had already practiced speaking many times. alone. This is the power of self-talk. It prepares you for real conversations. It trains your brain to create sentences. It trains your mouth to move. And most importantly, it trains your heart to stay calm while speaking. Now let's take this to the next level. Do not just say random sentences. Talk about your life. Talk about your day. Today I woke up early. I felt tired, but I tried. I am watching this video. These are real sentences, real thoughts. And when you speak about your real life, your English becomes meaningful. It becomes natural. You can also ask yourself questions. What am I doing now? How do I feel? What will I do next? And then answer in English. This creates a conversation inside your mind. And this is very powerful. Because conversation is the heart of language. Not grammar, not rules, conversation. At first, this conversation will be slow. But with time, it will become faster. You will not think too much. You will not stop too much. You will just speak. And that is the moment when you are truly learning. Now remove one more fear. You do not need to sound like a native speaker. You do not need a perfect accent. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is expression. To say what you feel. To share what you think. And self-talk helps you do that freely. Here is a simple practice for you. Every day, choose one time, maybe morning, maybe night, and talk to yourself in English for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. No pressure, no perfect sentences. Just speak about your day, about your feelings, about anything. And do this every day. At first, 2 minutes will feel long, but slowly it will feel short. You will want to speak more. Because your brain will start enjoying this process. It will feel natural. It will feel like a part of you. And one day, something beautiful will happen. You will start speaking in English without fear. Not because someone taught you perfectly, but because you practiced with yourself honestly. So do not wait for someone to talk to. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Your practice partner is already with you. Your voice, your mind, your thoughts. Start today. Speak to yourself, even if it feels strange, even if it feels slow, because this small step will take you from silence to confidence. And remember this always. The person who talks to himself in English today will talk to the world tomorrow. Chapter 5. Train your mouth, not just your brain. Now, something very important happens in your journey. Until now, you were working on your mind. You started thinking in English. You started speaking to yourself. You started breaking fear. But there is one more truth that most learners do not understand. Speaking English is not only a mental skill, it is also a physical skill. Your brain can know the words, but your mouth must know how to say them. Your tongue must move easily. Your lips must form the sounds naturally. And if you never train your mouth, your speaking will always feel slow and uncomfortable. Think about this. When a child learns to speak, the child does not learn grammar first. The child listens and repeats, again and again. The child copies sounds, sometimes wrong, sometimes unclear, but slowly the mouth learns. The muscles become strong. The sounds become clear. This is called muscle memory. And this is exactly what you need to build now. Many learners make a mistake here. They think, I understand English, so I can speak. But when they try to speak, their mouth feels heavy. Their words feel stuck. Their pronunciation feels unclear. This is not because they are bad learners. This is because they never trained their mouth. They trained their brain only. So today we change this. Today, you start training your mouth like a speaker, not just your brain like a student. Let's begin with something simple and powerful. Repetition. Choose a short English sentence. For example, I am ready. Now say it slowly. I am ready. Feel how your mouth moves. Now say it again. A little faster. I am ready. Again. I am ready. Repeat it 5 times, 10 times. Do not rush. Do not worry about perfection. Just repeat. This is how your mouth learns. Now let's take it to the next level. Shadowing. This is one of the most powerful techniques for speaking. You listen to a sentence and you repeat it immediately. Like a shadow. You copy the sound, the rhythm, the emotion. For example, you hear, I am learning English every day, and you say it with the same flow, again and again. This trains your mouth to move naturally. It trains your voice to sound more confident. At first, shadowing may feel difficult. You may not catch every word. You may feel slow. That is normal. Do not stop. Keep going. Even if you only catch half the sentence, repeat it. Because the goal is not perfection. The goal is movement. The goal is practice. Let me tell you a small story. There was a learner who understood English very well, but when he spoke, his words were slow and unclear. He felt frustrated. One day, he started shadowing simple sentences every day, just 10 minutes. At first, he struggled. His tongue did not move easily. His voice felt weak, but he continued. After some time, something changed. His mouth became faster. His pronunciation became clearer. His confidence grew. And when he spoke to others, he sounded more natural. Not perfect, but strong. And that changed everything. This is what happens when you train your mouth. Your words start flowing. Your voice becomes stronger. Your speaking becomes easier. Because your body is now working with your mind, not against it. Now let's remove one more fear. Many learners are afraid of pronunciation. They think, what if I sound wrong? But listen carefully. You improve pronunciation by speaking, not by staying silent. Every time you repeat a sentence, your mouth becomes better. Every time you shadow, your sound becomes clearer. So do not be afraid. Be active. Here is a simple practice you can follow. Every day, choose 3 sentences. Very simple sentences. Listen to them. Repeat them slowly. Then repeat them faster. Then repeat them with emotion. For example, I am happy. Say it like you mean it. I am happy. Feel the emotion. This makes your English alive, not robotic, not boring, real. You can also record your voice. Speak a few sentences and listen to yourself. At first, you may not like your voice. That is okay. This is part of growth. When you listen, you learn. You notice your mistakes. You improve step by step. Now imagine this. Your brain is thinking in English. Your mouth is trained to speak English. Your fear is going down. What will happen next? You will start speaking naturally, without stopping, without overthinking. And that is the goal. So from today, remember this simple truth. Fluency is not only in the mind. Fluency is in the mouth. It is in the movement. It is in the repetition. It is in the practice. Do not just learn English. Speak it. Repeat it. Feel it. Train your mouth every day, even for a few minutes, because these small repetitions are building something powerful inside you. And one day, you will notice something beautiful. You will open your mouth and English will come out easily. Not because you memorized everything, but because you trained yourself step by step. This is your next level. You are not just thinking in English now. You are becoming a speaker. Chapter 6. Build your English thinking routine. Now everything you have learned starts to come together. You are thinking in English. You are using small sentences. You are talking to yourself. You are training your mouth. But here is the truth that will decide your success. If you do this only sometimes, your progress will stay slow. If you do this daily, your progress will become powerful. This is where routine changes everything. Not motivation, not excitement. Routine, because motivation comes and goes, but routine stays. Think about your day. You already have habits. You wake up, you check your phone, you eat, you walk, you sleep. These things happen without thinking. That is the power of routine. Now imagine if English becomes part of these moments. Not something extra, not something heavy, just a natural part of your life. That is when real change begins. Let's start with your morning. The moment you wake up, your mind is fresh. This is the best time to guide your thinking. Before your day becomes busy, take just 1 minute. Say simple sentences in English. I wake up. Today is a new day. I feel okay. Do not check your phone first. Do not rush. Just give 1 minute to English. This small action sends a powerful message to your brain. English is important. English is part of my life. Now move into your day. You do not need extra time. You only need awareness. When you are doing something simple, add English thinking. When you are walking, say, I am walking. When you are eating, say, I am eating. When you are working, say, I am working. These are small moments, but they build a strong habit. You are training your brain to stay in English naturally. At first, you will forget. Your mind will go back to your language. That is normal. Do not feel bad. Just bring it back. Again and again. This is how habits are built. Not by being perfect, but by returning every time you forget. Now let's talk about your evening. This is a very powerful moment that most learners ignore. At night, before you sleep, your mind becomes calm again. This is the perfect time to reflect. Think about your day in English. Today I worked. I felt tired. I learned something. Keep it simple. Do not try to say everything. Just a few sentences. But make them real. This helps your brain connect English with your real experiences. And when English becomes part of your real life, it becomes stronger. Let me tell you something important. You do not need hours to improve. You need consistency. Even 10 minutes daily is enough if you are focused. Because your brain learns through repetition. Small actions repeated every day create big change. There was a learner who always said, I don't have time. He wanted to learn English, but he never started. One day, he changed one thing. He gave just 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. That's it. Nothing more. But he did it every day. No excuses, no breaks. After some time, he noticed something surprising. English started coming to his mind during the day, without effort, without force, because his brain was trained daily. Slowly, those 5 minutes changed his thinking, and his thinking changed his speaking. This is what a routine does. It makes learning automatic. You do not need to force yourself every day. Your brain starts doing it naturally, and that is when progress becomes fast. Now let's make your routine simple and clear. Morning, 1 minute of English thinking. Daytime, small sentences during simple activities. Night, 2 minutes of reflection in English. That's it. No pressure, no long hours, just a simple system. But here is one more powerful idea. Make your routine emotional. Do not speak like a robot. Feel what you say. If you say, I am happy, feel happiness. If you say, I feel tired, feel it. This emotional connection makes your English alive. It helps your brain remember faster. It makes your speaking natural. Also, celebrate your small wins. When you think one sentence in English, smile. When you speak one sentence, feel proud. Because these small moments are building your confidence. They are changing your identity. You are no longer just a learner. You are becoming a speaker. There will be days when you feel lazy. Days when you do not want to practice. That is normal. Do not stop completely. Just do a little. Even one sentence is enough. Because the goal is not perfection. The goal is continuity. Now imagine your future. You wake up, and your first thought is in English. You move through your day, and English comes naturally. You speak without fear, without stopping. That future is not far. It is built by your daily routine starting today. So make a decision now. I will not wait for the perfect time. I will create my routine. I will follow it daily, even if it is small, even if it is simple, because I know this will change me. This is your system. This is your path. And if you follow it, step by step, day by day, something powerful will happen. English will stop feeling like a subject. It will start feeling like a part of you. And that is when fluency begins. Chapter 7. From Thinking to Talking. Your New Identity. Now look at yourself, not the old version of you who stayed silent. Not the version who waited for perfect grammar. Look at the new version of you who started thinking in English, who started speaking small sentences, who started talking to yourself, who trained your mouth, who built a daily routine. Something has already changed inside you. Even if it is small, it is real. And this is the moment where everything connects. Thinking becomes talking. Practice becomes confidence. And you begin to see yourself in a new way. But there is one final shift you must make. Not in your words, not in your grammar, in your identity. You must stop saying, I am learning English, and start saying, I am an English speaker. This one change is powerful, because when you see yourself as a learner, you wait, you doubt, you hesitate. But when you see yourself as a speaker, you act, you try, you express. You do not wait for permission. You create your own voice. Let me explain this in a simple way. Imagine two people. One says, I am learning to speak. The other says, I speak. Who will talk more? Who will take more chances? Who will improve faster? The second one. Because identity drives action, and action builds skill. So from today, change how you see yourself. You are not waiting to become a speaker. You are already becoming one with every sentence you say. Now something beautiful begins to happen. Your thoughts in English become faster. Your sentences come more naturally. You do not stop as much. You do not translate as much. You just speak. Maybe still simple. Maybe still imperfect, but real. And this is what matters. Because real English is not about perfect words. It is about clear expression. There will still be moments when you feel stuck. Moments when your mind goes blank again. But now you know what to do. You do not panic. You go back to simple sentences. You breathe. You speak what you can. Because you understand something very important now. Silence is not your enemy anymore. It is just a moment, and you can move through it. Let me tell you a powerful truth. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because of speaking. Every time you speak, your confidence grows a little. Every time you try, your fear becomes smaller. And one day, without even noticing, you will speak without thinking about fear at all. That is when you realize you have changed. There was a learner who once said, "I am too afraid to speak." He waited for years. He learned so many words, but he never used them. One day, he decided to change. Not everything, just one thing. He started speaking every day, small sentences, broken sentences, but he kept going. Slowly, his fear started to disappear. One day, someone spoke to him in English, and he replied without thinking. After the conversation, he smiled, because for the first time he felt like a speaker, not a learner. That was his turning point. This will be your moment too. Not because you became perfect, but because you became active, because you stopped waiting, because you started using English as part of your life. Now think about your journey from the beginning of this video. You were silent, you were translating, you were afraid. But step by step, you changed your thinking, you changed your habits, you changed your practice. And now, you are changing your identity. From today, speak more, think more, express more. Do not hide your voice. Do not wait for perfect sentences. Use simple English. Use real English. Because that is how fluency grows. And always remember this. You do not need big words to sound powerful. You need clear thoughts. You need courage. You need consistency. These are the real secrets of speaking. Now I want you to do something very important. Right now, in this moment, say one sentence in English. Out loud. Not in your mind, out loud. Something simple, I am ready. Say it again. I am ready. Feel it. Believe it. Because this is not just a sentence. This is your decision. You are no longer waiting. You are starting. You are no longer silent. You are speaking. You are no longer afraid. You are growing. This is your new identity. This is your new voice. And this is just the beginning of your journey. If you are ready to truly change your English, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your first English sentence right now, and I will see you in the next video.